Ted Cruz went out and was explaining this to the press. And it's a really interesting, the video goes on for like 5 minutes, so I can't play the whole thing. But they do what they always do when somebody is articulately defending Trump or Trump is defending himself. They keep interrupting him, and he keeps stopping and saying, no, let me answer the question. But here's just a cut of Cruz explaining to the press why this Bolton thing is not bad, really bad for Trump.
I don't know what John Bolton's book says or doesn't say. I've seen the New York Times coverage, but at the end of the day, it doesn't impact the legal issue before this Senate. The legal issue before this Senate is whether a president has the authority to investigate corruption. So the House managers built their entire case on the proposition that investigating Burisma corruption, investigating the Bidens for corruption was baseless and a sham. Hold on, let me finish this. No, I'm going to finish my point, and then I'm happy to answer your question. The House managers based their entire case on the proposition that investigating corruption for Burisma and concerning the Bidens was baseless and a sham. That proposition is absurd. We've just seen, they said there wasn't a shred of evidence concerning corruption. We've just seen 2 hours of evidence. And at a minimum, it was not only reasonable and justified, but the president, I think, had an obligation to investigate corruption that potentially extended to the very highest levels of government.
Ted Cruz, right, who has no reason to love Donald Trump. Donald Trump said terrible things about him during the campaign. He's just making the case that it is completely defensible for Trump to have done what he's done. And unless you can prove that he did it purely for political reasons or even at all for political reasons, you got nothing. And here's the other thing. I want to play the question that the reporter asked him. You can hear them trying to cut him off. Play the next cut of what the reporter asks him.
Hunter Biden got a job. That was vice president. If that's a crime, I mean, shouldn't half of your children be in prison?
My children are 9 and 11, and I'm sorry that you want to throw a 9-year-old in prison. But at this point, my third grader plays basketball and softball at her school. So stop playing the nasty. Stop playing the nasty Washington game.
I'm sorry, that's not nasty Washington game.
Attacking a 9-year-old?
Senator, I have no idea.
All right.
See, the thing,
come on, man.
See, the thing is, it's not that he's attacking a 9-year-old. Cruz is just giving him a hard time. But where is his intellectual curiosity, right? Hunter Biden gets a job he's completely unqualified for. He's making $80,000 a month, which is almost what I make. And there's no corruption there. Obama was worried there was corruption there. There was when the Ukrainian ambassador who got fired was being briefed for her confirmation hearings. They told her all about Burisma, that you've got to be able to defend Burisma. They knew, but it implicates the entire administration. Nothing. Scandal-free. That is the real problem here. The real problem here is a press that suddenly becomes absolutely quiescent when the corruption is on the other side, becomes absolutely incurious, doesn't want to know. And this is the thing. How stupid do they think we are? Don't they think we see them? They don't. They don't, because they're hidden away within themselves, so they think we can't see them either. I hope you enjoyed that clip from The Andrew Klavan Show. If you did, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you stay up to date on all our future content.